How do you do? And what an exciting day we have today, as it is our 300 subscribers special. I've been excited to do this one. It came so quick, and I was thinking about doing some modded Peglin, but turns out you have to download a third-party software thing for it. So I ultimately did not. So you might be looking at this and see what on earth is going on here. All these bomb relics, but we have all Doctor Orbs. So today we're gonna have actually 100 Doctor Orbs in our little deck here. But if you know anything about Doctor Orbs, they do absolutely no damage. So the only way we can do damage is through bombs. And whenever I throw this little I guess Doctor Orb out there, you're gonna notice something. Our bombs are only doing 45 damage, so they're not doing the full 50 as they usually do. And so it's going to be a little more difficult with that, since we do have so many of these refreshing bomb things. And this is a perfect example. So right here, Doctor Orb, they're all level 1 Doctor Orbs, as you can see. And a level 1 Doctor Orb heals you for each peg hit, deals no damage, and permanently removed from your deck after it is used. So the only way we can regain Doctor Orbs is by picking them up here in the new orb offering. And so every time I use a Doctor Orb, every time I throw an orb, I'm actually losing an orb. So we have to beat this game essentially within our 100 throws. And if we don't, then we're out of pegs, and then out of orbs, then we die. Actually, there is one stone in here, so that stone's kind of a big pain in the butt, pain in the rear, but nothing we can do about it now, since this is Cruciball. I don't have the mods. If I threw that right, we wouldn't have had to worry about losing another Doctor Orb. But that is okay. There we go. Now, here's a perfect example. Let's see if we can find that stone. Yeah, here's our stone. We're gonna just X-nay that stone. But whenever we upgrade a Doctor Orb, like say, let's upgrade this one. Deals no damage, heals you for each peg hit, can only be used once per battle. So therefore, I can now use this specific Doctor Orb multiple times. I mean, it doesn't permanently disappear. I can only use it once per battle. And so remove an orb, and look at this. Oh wait, look at this. We're gonna remove our little stone. There is a little mirror orb right here. That's just because I can't have 100 Doctor Orbs. So we'll just remove the stone, and voila, now we have 100 Doctor, well, we had at the start 100 Doctor Orbs. I don't know how much we have now. And this is going to be a fight that's going to take up a lot of throws. So these upcoming portfolios here is what we want to avoid at all cost. Because now look, now we have to wait. I wonder if I throw this down here, if that's considered a waste. So is it gone, or is it like the egg? So if you didn't know, the egg, if you throw the egg down the center without hitting any pegs, the egg stays in your deck. I don't know if a Doctor Orb works that way. Probably not the perfect time to tell. Here, let's upgrade another one so that we can preserve as many as we can. Maybe at the end we're only gonna have 2 Doctor Orbs. Whew. That would be a little crazy. I kind of missed out on that free relic there, this one. I wasn't really paying attention. I was too busy about the excitement of our scenario here more than I was getting that said. Well, that works. Maybe we might be off to a pretty strong start. Now we have 3 Doctor Orbs that are staying with us. Heal lost, that's not bad. If we lose health, that's not bad. You're not bad either, but wins. This is like the perfect build for weaponized MV if we ever lose damage. Now, our hard counter, as a lot of people in the comment section has been educating me on the new final chunky boss, which I guess it's not too new anymore, but red bombs actually increases damage, so he'll be stronger at that time whenever we utilize bombs for the chunky Peglin. I might have to edit a little bit there. I did either go off topic, not off topic, that is not what happened. Oakley distracted me, and I could hear her barking. I don't know if it really picked it up on the mic, but I can re-say what I was saying. But our only weakness, I think, is running out of orbs or the final chunky boss, as the chunky boss Peglin in the final round will be very strong against our bombs. So that is essentially our only weaknesses here, and I'll be curious how it goes. But I am beyond baffled how fast we actually hit 300. I wasn't quite ready for how fast we hit 300. I know I could have probably assumed we would get there that quick. What happens if I just start skipping? Save, well, I guess that doesn't technically save one. Skipping's kind of pointless, come to think about it. Good bomb hit. You just saved us from losing another one. We haven't lost any health yet, but I am really liking these upgrades. What happens if I don't see the mem orb. Should I start upgrading them to level 3? I'm not sure. But the week is finally wrapping up. So I know I mentioned a lot of my team members have been in town this week and it's been exhausting, but today was the last day for most of them being in town. I think there's one more guy still in town this week. And so I probably will still go into the office tomorrow just because, and do like a half day there, go in for the morning, come back afterwards. I mean, come back probably about 11. I would like to be home and like set back up at 11, since I still have to work tomorrow and I need to work. I have a lot of projects. Oh, that was a wasted Doctorb. I need to hit that refresh. That was another wasted one. Okay, so we wasted a few Doctorbs here, but I digress. I have a few, quite a few projects that I need to get done before my lovely cruise here in a couple weeks. So I literally have just this next week. I guess tomorrow is Friday, so I'm recording this Thursday night. Tomorrow is Friday, and Friday will be the last day this week I get a chance to work on my projects, and next week I will be able to work on them for a little, well, essentially all week, and I need to get them all done by the end of the week because I'll be gone for a whole nother week, and the people asking for these projects would probably appreciate it if I actually got the project done in a reasonable time and not in a 4-week stint. This boss is definitely a hard counter to us since how much this refresh is moving around. Perfect. I do really enjoy all these upgrades we're doing, but it doesn't seem like it's gaining too much down here, which I guess we are losing quite a bit. First mask. None of these look great. I think we'll skip those. We don't need them. Don't need those bad boys for anything, at the very least. Not a bad boss fight with the amount of healing that we have. Little happy with that. Let's see if I can. This is a level 1. Well, we got rid of everything. Oh, no, we didn't. We hit that many bombs and we didn't. Wowzers. Wowzers. Okay, this might be a little bit more difficult than I thought it was gonna be. But we still have an absurd amount. Oh, we didn't take you out. We have to waste a whole nother one on a ranged unit. Oh no. I think we might be fine with the amount of Doctor. I don't know. That thing's running low. No, it's not. It's not running too low yet. But one thing with all of my team members in, and my boss is actually out in New York, and so she came in for the week. And so one thing is I got to meet a lot of teams that do a whole lot more important work than I do. And we're kind of like the support information gathering team. And so that being said, there was a few meetings there this week that I feel like that I'm not qualified for, which I think that's a lot of people like my age group getting like a job. It's like, I don't feel like I'm qualified for this, but they hired me, so I'm going to do the best job that I can. And that is essentially where I'm at right now. And so it's me like trying to learn this whole thing. I have had zero experience with the industry we're in. So I'm in the insurance industry and I am a analyst. So you guys know, so you're not guessing what I'm doing. That is exactly what I do. I'm an analyst. I'm an information gatherer, essentially. So the people that make the decisions ask me for the information so they can make the best decisions. Oh no, this refresh is in an awful location. Oh, perfect hit on that refresh. This should be fine. We shouldn't. Perfect. And so it's a lot of me like pretending I know more than I actually do know. But eventually I will understand it. It's definitely a fast cramming of it. I'm working on my designation for my insurance designations. I passed the first test somehow. Oh, let me tell you about that. I am a man. I'm actually gonna skip this level 1. I'm a man who doesn't. I would say I get test anxiety for the most part. Yeah, I get test anxiety. I do have to say, and especially whenever it comes to a test where there's a lot of people that like know I'm taking this test. So my whole team knew I'm taking this designation exam, the first one. There's like 5 of the exams I need to take, and this is only the first of all of them. So buckle up, boys. We got a long ride ahead of us. I'm wasting so many. Oh no, this refresh should be able to save it at least. Yeah, that'll save it. So what am I saying? Yeah. So everyone on my team knew I had this test coming up, and I waited till the very last day. They give you a window for these bad boys, a window of like 3-month window to take it. Oh my gosh, look. Okay, no, we still have quite a few. So they give you a 3-month window to kind of study for it, get ready. Who's held to 2 teams to manage? Yeah, let's do that one. And so I think my window was like July 15th to September 15th, I think it was. And so, of course, September like 9th is whenever I realized my test was coming up. And so I had to really cram for it. And everyone, of course, knew I had this exam coming. And I finally took the exam on September 14th just because I didn't know how the deadlines worked for it. If I can take it on the 15th, or if it was very worded weird. It said test your exam window is open, or your exam, not exam, how did they word it? It was your course. It said your course is open between July 15th and September 15th. So the problem is, where I got confused is the point where they said "and" in between the two. Well, no, how did it word? Because that sounds pretty straightforward. It's between those two. But they worded it weird where I couldn't determine the difference, or maybe I was just overthinking it and exactly how I said it was exactly what they meant, and you could take it between those days included. I just didn't know if those days were included in it, so I took it the day before the 15th, which was the 14th. And this test was timed. You get 65 minutes to answer 50 questions. Not too shabby. I didn't think was too shabby. I'm like, okay, that's not bad. What's that? 50 questions, a little over a minute per question. I am a slow reader, but I should make that doable at least. At the very least, it should be doable for me. I took the practice exam that the course book offers and finished it with like 25-30 minutes to spare. I thought, man, I'm a genius. And I went into the test and I did it from the comfort of my own home, as they say, which I don't know if that necessarily helped. I probably should have done it at the office where I feel a little more focused. I feel a little smarter at the office, not gonna lie. I feel a little dumb sitting at my desk. I don't know why. My brain just decides, now's not a time to work. Now's the time to play games or watch YouTube. I don't play games, but watch YouTube. But I sit at the same desk that I record, and I do play games, so it thinks, oh, this is leisure. This is a leisure spot. This is not a sit down and take a test, sit down and do work. So with that being said, I go home, comfort of my home, get ready for the test. I start the test. I don't need that for anything, I don't think. That'll just kill me with red bombs, I think, having the lower. I have plenty of healing. Start the test. 50 questions. First question. I read it. I reread it. I make sure I understand what's going on. I read all the questions, go through them, and or all the answers, go through them. I'm like, yeah, that one's not it. Obviously, that one's not it. I'm a genius. That one's not it. That one's not it. And that one looks like it. And that's how I took the test. The issue with that strategy, which, hit some bombs, please. Perfect. The issue with that strategy is it takes a lot of time to do that strategy. Believe it or not, it takes a lot of time for that strategy, and I'm sure some of you have that same strategy taking the test of reading everything slowly because they have those nasty trick questions in there. And yes, I am aware of the nasty trick questions, so I read it very slow. Whenever I got to about question 20, I had 30 minutes remaining. No, not 30 minutes. By the time, question 20, so not quite halfway, I had probably 25 to 30 minutes remaining. And if you can do simple math there, I'm not done. I'm not halfway through my exam yet. I'm halfway through my... I guess electropregnant's fine. I'm not halfway through my test, yet I'm over halfway through my time. And we have the new boss, so that's a little scary here. And so I start zooming. I start zooming through these questions as fast as I can. Just answering them quickly. And I got to the end, and I'm on the last 10 questions, I think it was, and I had 9 minutes remaining. So I caught back up a little bit. I still had a little less than a minute per question, but I should be fine at this point. And so I'm still zooming through. That last question hit. Whenever I hit that final answer, I had literally 26 seconds left on the clock. Did I not hit a single? Okay, I hit at least one bomb here. It's a little worrisome, that little start we had there. But don't worry, we'll throw this back. That bad boy did not perform how I intended. But we are seeing a lot of our level 2s, which is, I don't know, reassuring or kind of scary, because now we're running low on orbs. These level 2s are only used once per fight. So yes, they do come back. They are only utilized uno time in the fight. We should be fine, should be fine, should be fine. Let's just throw here. And so after I got done, 26 seconds remaining on the clock, I submit it, and fortunately it's one of those, well, I don't know, fortunately, unfortunately, however you want to look at it, it's one of those tests that tell you your results immediately. And so I'm sitting there anxiously waiting, because I know if I hit the next button, so it's already submitted, it says congratulations, you submitted your test, your exam, or whatever it says. And I know if I hit the next button after that, I'm going to know whether I passed or failed. And if I failed, I have to deal with the embarrassment of telling my coworkers that I failed the first test, which is literally the 101. It doesn't get any easier than that test, and I would have failed it, which, long story short, I did pass. And so that's done. I am scheduled for the next exam, which I haven't studied for yet. I think, well, to be fair, the window hasn't opened yet, so there's that. The window opens October 15th. October 15th to December 15th. So come December 15th, you can wish me luck. And now 300 or however many people, there's actually quite a few people actually tune into these videos, which is very impressive. Like, I think most of these like Peglin videos at some point break 1,000 views, which is just crazy and baffling to me. So now 1,000 people know that I have a test coming up at the latest December 15th, and now you all know that whether I pass or fail. So my only goal here is for you all to forget I even said I have a test. So can you all forget that I ever said I had a test coming up? Some of you might, some of you will not forget and come ask me when the time comes. And then I will tell thousands of people that I failed the next test. I think it's like 102. So it'll be interesting, at least. Now I have a little more accountability partners for the test. That's what I will say. It's accountability. That's why I told you all. I was questioning why I told you all that I have a test coming up, because of my anxious test anxiety that exists ever prominently in my life. Red bombs refresh, red bombs do less damage. We'll just continually take damage, heal back up, throw the bombs, take damage, heal back up. Okay, we are healing quite a bit, but what I am afraid of here is these red bombs do stack up. And I did read a comment literally today, and I think I responded to it. And I think I responded to it about how the final boss gets stronger every time it hits a red bomb. So eventually, if I don't take the little chunky Peglin out in time, I will get one shot and my Doctor Orbs won't help. Fun fact, it will not help. Ooh, that's actually going to be helpful, healing a little bit. Let's see what other relics you got for me. So far, we didn't run into anything new. More health is actually massive. 125 health, so now it has to get to 125. Look at how many bombs this map's starting with. That's kind of crazy. And it wasn't enough. Gross. Well, all we have to do is hope that this final boss, maybe I should start getting persist. Do I need to start? I don't need to worry about persist yet, I don't think. This final boss, I am gonna blow through orbs quick, to be fair. It's kind of in a sticky situation we got ourselves into. And we're taking on fights where they spawn in ever so slowly, which is kind of gross because we're just losing one by one. Skip you. Let's go to level 2 so that we don't necessarily lose another Doctor Orb. Yeah, this final boss is going to take a lot of orbs, I think. And with the amount of healing that we produce, we should be relatively fine until they hit the 1 hit kill mark. But for any of you guys that are wondering, no, I do not sell insurance. I don't do that. That is definitely a difficult job that I don't have the correct personality for, I don't think. Because that's like if you can really grind, you can do quite well for yourself with that. Believe me, you can do very well for yourself if you do that. But unfortunately, I am not quite that kind of person. You can sit me in front of someone and if I'm not trying to, like, I don't know, I'm not a good salesman. I don't believe. Personally, I don't believe I'm a good salesman. Now they say be personable. I can be personable, but the problem is you put me in front of you, all we're gonna do there is sit there and talk about nonsense until one of us has somewhere else that we need to be. And then once you and I split our ways, I won't like do the close. It says what's the movie? Oh, there's a movie that says always be closing, always be closing. And yeah, I'm not always be closing kind of person. I'm a always be talking about something fun, or continue to learn about each other. And I don't know, it's like, I don't know, it's like dating. Oh my gosh, you could ask my fiance about how I was dating, and I don't think I was the greatest person to be dating, because you hear me in this setting, it's me literally just talking. I didn't really give her much time to talk, I don't think. So she just sat there and listened to me ramble on, because if I get nervous, I just talk. That's all I do, is just keep talking whenever I'm nervous. And so of course on a first date, you're nervous and you're gonna keep talking and keep talking. So like right now, we completed it, yay, but I'm still talking. But thank you so much. It's crazy that we're at 300, and I'm sorry for the ranting. It happens, I guess. I have a lot of energy, I guess, pent up or built up. Somehow I have so much energy. Probably because I actually got 8 hours of sleep last night, which I took my shower this morning. I know it's over, but I took my shower this morning, and I took my shower, and in my shower, I counted how many hours I sleep. That's usually my morning routine once I get in the shower, because I don't know why, I love figuring out how many hours, and I assume when I fall asleep. So I probably got into bed 9:30 last night, so I didn't do any filming. I thought I'll just take one evening off, and I did respond to a lot of comments throughout the day today, which I feel pretty impressed with that. I haven't quite caught up with every comment, but I think I did a pretty fair job. But I would sit there and count how many hours. So I got to bed about 9:30. Say I watched YouTube for 45 minutes or so. So that puts me, what, 10:15? 10, yeah, let's just say 10:30. I watched YouTube for an hour. Let's just say that. So I fell asleep 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30. 6:30 is whenever I woke up. So that's 8 hours. Perfect. Well, thank you all so much for the continued support and continued positive comments, and it means so much to me that you guys are all so helpful, help me learn a new game, help me build the channel, help me think of new ideas, and please continue to help me think of new ideas, especially for the sub specials. I know some people have talked about doing simulation games, like citizen simulation games, but I just don't know if it'll really resonate with a lot of the target market that we have built up right now, since a lot of it's built up from Peglin. And before we hit like a solid number, I would say 1,000 is a good time to like really dive into more games, which I did a test. Okay, I'll talk about it more in another video, I guess. But I'm gonna let you guys go instead of watching this Mines Complete. I do want to thank you so much. This is a big celebration. Maybe 400's around the corner. If 400 comes so quick as 300 did, I'm gonna have to start becoming a little more creative here. But thank you so much, and I look forward to talking with you all later. Bye.